What is going on, everybody? I go by the name of Curry, and I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on SneakerPhetish. Even though this box has seen better days, I'm really excited to show you guys a new pair of Air Force Ones that recently dropped that have been flying off the websites and off the shelves. And a lot of people who aren't really in tune with the theme behind the sneaker want to know, why is it so popular? So today I'm here to show you guys the sneaker, talk about the history, and talk about why it means so much in sneaker culture and basketball culture. Without further ado, let's take a look. Boom. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Nike Air Force One Rucker Park. Now, a couple of things I want to talk about with the sneaker today. Of course, we're going to take a deeper look at it. But the first thing that I think is really dope is that the sneaker was not the only thing included with the box. Even though this was a pair of Air Force Ones, a little rare treat that we got in the box today was a card. And this is the card here. Now, again, you don't normally see retro cards like this in Air Force One boxes these days. So Nike really went out of their way to give us something a little more special to let us know how important this sneaker was, like I said, to the culture. The card on one side says embedded, and it looks like a little basketball court here, has a little Nike basketball there. It says embedded all over it, which is the name of the series of sneakers that Nike plans to roll out, all having a similar theme. Now, on the back of the card here, you see it also says embedded again, has a little basketball here, and it has a little bit of verbiage here at the bottom. Basketball remains to be the supporting roots of day-to-day culture, both on and off the court. The spirit of the game is embedded in our DNA. It lives within us today through music, movies, athletes, and style. Welcome to Capsule One of Embedded, an appreciation for the raw energy of street ball and the endless possibilities within the game. So, an amazing touch. I love that they put this card in here to let us know what the sneaker is about, and also let us know that this isn't the first one of these in this series that we're going to be seeing soon. I'm excited to see what they got coming up next. Now, if you're not familiar about Rucker Park and how legendary and iconic it is, let me fill you in a little bit. Rucker Park is located in Harlem. Now, as we all know, Harlem is very famous for originating the Uptown or the Air Force One. Rucker Park is named after Holcomb Rucker. He was a teacher and he was the director of playgrounds for the New York Parks and Recreation Department. Now, back in 1950, as a playground director for the Parks and Recreation, he had a park in mind that he wanted to start hosting a basketball tournament at in Harlem. Now, remember, back in those days, there was a lot of craziness going on out here, and he wanted to do something that would keep the kids safe, keep them off the streets, and keep them engaged in something that was really productive, which was basketball. Now, what started as something really grassroots grew into something absolutely incredible. The basketball tournaments grew and grew. More and more people started attending. More powerful and popular players started coming. And then years later, NBA players would even start coming and leaving their imprint on Rucker Park. Rucker Park actually became a rite of passage if you were a street ball player or even a professional player in the NBA. There were a lot of people that felt like even if you were in the NBA, you didn't really prove yourself until you played at the Rucker. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys like this. If you're a little bit of a basketball junkie, like I love looking at basketball clips, you can YouTube some of the most popular players that have ever played at the Rucker, namely Kevin Durant's incredible performance at the Rucker and Kobe Bryant when he went absolutely insane. I remember a lot of people said a lot of things about Kobe because they felt like he was a flashy LA basketball player. They felt like he would never make it over on the East Coast. But Kobe did his thing on the East Coast in the Rucker, as well as Kevin Durant, and when they left out of that basketball court, they left with a lot of people's respect in New York. Naturally, later on, the park was named after Holcomb Rucker for everything that he did to contribute to the movement, to the sport of basketball, and to the culture as a whole. So because of its incredible impact on the sport of basketball, Nike had to make a shoe that really paid homage to it. But without further ado, let's take a little closer look at this particular model. All right, starting with the upper of the sneaker here. Now, you have a primarily white upper on the Uptown here, or the Air Force One. I'll call it the Air Force One since I think that's the term you guys are more familiar with. So again, you have primarily white on a low top Air Force One, but you have a lot of hits of orange throughout the threading and inside of the sneaker as well. Now, that orange is made not only to represent the basketball, the color of the basketball, but also to represent the primary and dominant colors at Rucker Park. Now, what I thought was really dope was how they have this orange kind of sewn in. They've replaced all of the major threading with this orange threading here. Now, true to what the card said, I think that the orange actually represents being inside of the DNA of this sneaker, similar to how the Rucker is inside of the DNA of basketball and sports as a whole. You even see the threading on the midsole that's orange as well. So orange is really pronounce throughout the sneaker, but it's done in a really tasteful way. It's not overkill, and that's what I like so much about it. Taking it top down, look at the sneaker here. Two really important details to point out here. The first thing is the hardware, or the Dubré, as it's formally called, at the bottom of the sneaker here. You have a little enamel basketball with a Nike swoosh in there, where you would normally get the little silver hardware that said Air Force One, or just had the Nike swoosh on it. So I really, really like that touch. Now, above that on the tongue here, this is not a normal tongue that you would see on an Air Force One, not normal leather or anything, but it's actually kind of like this mesh netting that, in my opinion, reminds me of a basketball hoop on the court. I really, really like the details on the tongue here, and I really like that kind of cross stitching here that does look like the nylon ropes on a basketball hoop. I really, really like that. At the top of the tongue here, orange tongue tag with that Nike Air Force One branding. Flipping back around to the lateral side of the sneaker here, I also wanted to point out that this is a tumbled leather, a different kind of leather on the swoosh. Now you'll notice on the rest of the sneaker here, you get this smooth kind of grain leather, the regular leather that we get on Air Force Ones, but Nike stepped it up a notch with the swoosh to give us this really nice kind of premium tumbled leather on both the lateral and medial side. Quite possibly my favorite detail on the sneaker is the 10039 zip code on the lateral side of the heel with the orange swoosh going through it. If you guys don't know, the official address for Rucker Park is 280 West 155th Street, New York, New York, 10039. So I love that touch. Moving around to the heel of the sneaker here, you get the classic Nike Air stitching in orange. As far as the outsole of the sneaker here, you get this really nice orange outsole blending in with the rest of the theme of the sneaker. And last but certainly not least, one of my favorite details of the sneaker as well is the insole. You get an orange backdrop on the insole here with a diagram of a full-length basketball court with Nike Air on the heel, of course made to represent what the Rucker looks like from a bird's eye view. Really, really nice. And that's pretty much it when it comes to the Nike Air Force One Rucker Park. Now, as I mentioned before, why exactly was this sneaker so popular? I think it really comes down to two things. I think it comes down to price and nostalgia when it comes to this one. Now, a lot of the OG sneakerheads, they love the classic models like the Air Force One or the Uptown. A lot of sneakerheads, no matter what kind of shoes they have, they got a pair of Uptowns, they got a pair of Air Force Ones in their collection that they want to keep fresh and clean and pristine all the time. And so for some people, this is just a really nice white and orange Air Force One that they wanted to go ahead and pick up, had some cool details on it. But then you have your people that are regionally connected with this sneaker as well. And this sneaker was extremely popular on the East Coast naturally. There's a ton of nostalgia and pride that a lot of people have up in New York and up on the East Coast for Rucker Park. For Rucker Park to be highlighted like this, it's a really big moment for sneaker culture, for Holcomb Rucker, for the city of New York, honestly, and the people there. The people that have patronized and supported Rucker, and for everything that Rucker stands for. It's really, really big that Nike decided to pay homage to that out of respect for the park and for its influence on the culture. And that's why, like I said, these sneakers are flying right now because people have to get their hands on them, and not just one pair. This is probably a double up for a lot of people at $110 per pair. One to rock, one to stock. Now, things were a little bit different down here in the South. I'll tell you like this, these are actually released out of City Gear down here in Alabama. And honestly, if you're not really familiar with the Rucker, like a lot of people in Alabama aren't that familiar with the Rucker like that, they're not gonna connect with you. And a lot of people down here just looked at it as a white and orange pair of Air Force Ones. And if you didn't have some ridiculous orange outfit that you were trying to wear to the club that night, nobody was really going to pick this sneaker up, and that's why it sat on shelves for weeks before anybody really realized what it was. So what ended up happening was that as the sneaker gained more and more popularity up on the East Coast and in the North, more people in the South started buying it purely to resell it. That's when it started flying off the shelves down in the South. I was lucky enough to go and pick up the last pair that my local City Gear had to make sure that I showed you guys these, because at the time, the only size that they had left was a 10, and the only box that they had left was that box that you saw looking the way that it looked. But either way, it's perfectly fine because I wanted to make sure that you guys understood the history of the sneaker and why it was so important. This sneaker is a milestone. It's a moment in history, not just for sports, but for basketball and for the city of New York as a whole. This was a sneaker that was not for the big time hype beast. And that's why I'm kind of glad that it was as available as it was. Even though it seemed like they made it in pretty limited quantities, it seemed like it kind of flew under the radar because, again, if it's not a Virgil Abloh, Travis Scott, Fragment type of collaboration, some big collaboration, it normally will fly underneath the radar. And so I'm really glad that these did, because that tells me that the people that really wanted these and really felt that pride in Rucker Park, they were able to get their hands on them. So if you were able to get your hands on a pair and you really wanted a pair, congratulations. Hopefully you enjoy them. If you were not able to get your hands on a pair, they're not going for much money on the resale markets right now. So if you really want them that bad, you could probably find yourself a pair with very little issues. All right, guys, that's pretty much all that I have to say about these. Now it's time for you guys to sound off down in the comments and let me know what you guys think about the Nike Air Force One Rucker Park. Have you ever been to the Rucker before? Have you ever been in New York before? Tell me what your thoughts are on this sneaker, or are these just a hard pass for you? Sound them down below. Let me know. Of course, right down in the comments, make sure that you click on that subscribe button so we can welcome you into the Sneaker Fetish family and make sure you don't miss out on any more heat that comes through like these, because I guarantee you I got a lot more heat on the way. As always, I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on Sneaker Fetish, taking a look at these with me, unboxing them with me for a couple of minutes. I go by the name of Kari. This is the Nike Air Force One Rucker Park, and until next time, I'm out.